Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 17th. I believe we're 15 days, 15 or 16 days away from the Now Honors and the Power of Pink, and 15 or 16 days away from the end of the 100-day challenge. Yeah, what was I thinking? I don't know. But you know me, I'll probably do it again if Alan lets me. It's been amazing. It's been fun. And most of all, it's been great to share with you all these amazing people that have been a part of the Now Honors supporters, sponsors, honorees, speakers. And the person coming up right now, I love to call her friend. You know, she's an honoree for sure. She was a part of the class of 22. I have to ask her that. I believe it was the class of 22 that we honored her as Businesswoman of the Year. She's absolutely amazing, and you never know what point in the globe she is at that moment. Hey, Dr. Wah, where are you right now?
Hello, Tigo. How are you? I am actually at home right now today.
Get out. That is awesome. You haven't seen home much this past summer.
But you know what's funny? Right after this, I'm heading to Houston, so I'm not going to be home for long.
See, that's what I mean. You know, I've seen you throughout the summer with, someone that I am a super fan of, the Ninja, and Jaime, of course. But I've seen you and the family posting from all over the world this past summer. You really learned how to maximize your time and really enjoy your summer, huh?
No, absolutely. I think spending quality time with our ninja while she still enjoys traveling with us
Yeah,
is
it's
absolutely
coming, Mom.
a
I'm
blessing.
sorry to tell you, it's
And we
coming.
don't want to miss that window of opportunity, right? And she loves
Yeah.
you, by the way. She's always like, when do I get to see you go again? When are we going to Vegas? I know,
And you just told me before
but
the
it's
show
been a
you
blessing.
can't make it this year, and I can't hug my ninja this year, but I will find her somewhere in the country this year so we can have a hug. I love the ninja. She's amazing, and I can't wait to see what this young girl does because at 10, she's already a fireball. By 21, she's going to pass us all. I just see it coming. She'll be running the world at 25. She's absolutely amazing. That brings up a question. How do you balance, very successful optometrist career for you and Jaime? And then on top of that, you decide, what the heck, I have nothing else to do. Let's start a multi-million dollar, probably billion-dollar by now, real estate business. And then you're balancing mom and your daughter and all of that. How do you do that?
The truth is, it's not just me, right? It's a lot of being able to prioritize and intentionalize how we want to best use our time, and then building teams, and hiring and partnering with people who definitely have the skill sets, the passion, the same culture and value to be able to do it collectively. Otherwise, there's no way I would be able to do all of this successfully. And of all the different hats that I wear, being a mom and being a wife to my lover of 19 years is something that's been one of my biggest blessings. And to be able to utilize all the vehicles in business and all the relationships and friendships that we've been able to maximize with that and become true friends through the journey, it makes it a lot more fun. Like, a lot of people want to do everything by themselves and they think they do it best. And I learned early on that in order to successfully be able to balance everything and enjoy it in the journey and the process, is to be able to build teams and build the values and find the right people, find other beautiful souls who believe in the mission.
So, how do you do that? There's so many entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, kitchen tablespreneurs right now that are watching, and they're going, that's great. I hear everybody say, get a team, get people to help me work on my business, not in my business. But how do you find the people? How do you know you can trust them? What was your journey like?
And that's the hard part. It's number one, I think it's always first honing in your own craft and the inner. I always work from the inner out, and then attracting like energy. And so you do one, we hire very slow, we partner very slow, but build deep and narrow relationships. and then by referrals, right? And so that's how we've been able to tap into the people that are, part of our teams, part of our that we've partnered with. It's all through ecosystems and referrals and us getting out there, pushing beyond our comfort zone. And self-development is something that Jaime and I have honed in very, very deeply so that we can be the best that we could be, so that we can also attract. They always talk about this law of attraction and positive energy. And that's kind of how it is. It's kind of like this magnetic attraction that brings us around this right circle. But if we were to stay home in our comfort zone and just put out an ad or something and hope that we would attract like people, that's really not realistic. So we put ourselves,
Hmm.
right? We talk to people and really know what it is you really want and what you're looking for and who is the ideal person that you would want on your team. And so I am a big believer in the power of manifestation, visualization, prayer, meditation. Like, we incorporate all of that throughout our own journey, both in our personal lives and then in our business lives, because it's all one life, you know? And so I don't see
Yeah.
business and real life any different.
There's a lot of coaches out there. There's some amazing coaches out there, but there are also some coaches that have read some books and been to some events. And then, as Peggy McCall said the other day, they planted their flag and declared themselves experts when they really haven't done it. And you and Jaime have done it and are doing it. You're on that road of success. You've passed so many hurdles. How are you handling the growth? And do you get up one morning and go, wow, do we go even further, or we just kind of coast where we are right now? You know what I'm saying?
This year was a big year of slowing down. We've been on the grow, grow, go, go, go for a while, with always, even at our early journey 20 years ago, when Jaime and I started, we were always intentional about balance, right? But as we're growing and building teams and our teams get bigger, this year we took a lot of time to just really enjoy the now. Funny that you say the now, right? The present, and being able to spend much more quality time with our family, with our friends, doing the charity work, traveling the world, really incorporating the things that we've worked so hard for, enjoying the fruits of our labor, right? And the reason why this year we really took time to slow down was because it was a huge emphasis on the practice of enjoying the now and being more present and not thinking about what's the next milestone, what's the next goal, what's this and that. And let's enjoy the now right this year and really just spend more on meditation, doing more retreat work, doing more charity work, and just let's do that this year. But that was intentional. Jaime and I really wanted to do that. And it was perfect timing because with everything that's happening in the real estate market, it was good time for us to like, hey, let's just build. This is perfect time for the rest. And then, when we're ready to rock and roll again and opportunities, when markets shift again, it's time to rock and roll. And so it was intentional for us to be able to do that this year.
I'm looking behind you, and you have this amazing podcast that the two of you are doing together, Live and Give. One, why that title? And with everything you're have going on, why a podcast?
This is a passion project of, this is Jaime. Been wanting to do this for a couple of years. And, we've done 17 episodes. We are clueless on what to do on a podcast. And we started it cold because it was just a passion project. We just want to talk about anything and everything. And the reason we came up with Live and Give, it's really the way that we live our life. We really believe in the philosophy of being fully present and living fully each and every single day, right? And you hear that a lot, but until you're faced with mortality or you've really lost a loved one and you realize that, our time here, our physical time here is really short. And like, I just don't want to live in fear. I don't want to live in this small box that society thinks we need to live in. I want to wake up and be excited, right? I want to just be like, man,
Mhm.
I get another day and another opportunity, whatever comes with it, to be able to go out there and put a footprint and leave a legacy so that we can be good role models for our daughter to continue that, for our ninja to do that too. And the give component, I think, Tony Robbins often says, giving is living, right? And that's a big part of it because it fills our heart. And by giving to others, we're really filling our own cup a lot too, right? And I think that's just a matter of, when we kind of put in perspective the not weighing anything too much, because sometimes people work too hard, and they build all this material possession, and then they lose their health through the process, or they sacrifice quality time with their family, or they put themselves, their own personal self, on the back burner. And then when you're laying
Right.
on your deathbed and you think about, well, did I live a meaningful, purposeful life? Did I really live out? And I've wrote my eulogy. Like Jaime and I have written our eulogy way back when, right? So
Wow.
we want to encompass what we want to achieve. And right now that we'll be happy. Like if we leave today, it's okay. Like we are happy that we played full out. And that's why we created the show Live and Give. And so we talk about anything and everything. It's very candid. It's nothing is sugar coated, right? And I have fun because he doesn't know what comes out of my mouth, and I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Our producer says Jaime just wants everyone to see his cool style and his cool shoes. That's probably true. He's got the coolest hair on the planet. You know, he has got the coolest hair on the planet. I have to, I guess we need to give at the new awards at the Trailblazers, we should just give a style award and give it to Jaime because he is just the coolest dude. He is the absolute coolest dude. I have had the honor of hearing a little bit of your journey from being a child and going to different schools and everything that you've been through. People think when they meet you now, I mean, you've been knighted, you're running several, very successful businesses. You got an amazing daughter, the ninja, who I'm voting for president in, like, 2055 or whatever it'll be. And but you didn't come, as my mother used to say, you didn't come in a box like that. You went through a journey of life to get where you are. So right now, I always love talking to the audience because there's somebody out there that maybe had a challenging childhood and they're using that as a reason why it's stopping them in their adulthood from reaching out and reaching their goals. What advice would you give someone?
You know, the adversities and the challenges, I will honestly tell you, Tigo, that the adversities and the challenges from my own childhood is the reason that I have the grit, the perseverance, and the gratitude of where I am today. And so if you're listening in, regardless of where your background, what trauma, what beginnings, it's what you do today. Your past does not define your present nor your future, right? And utilize that as even a bigger reason, a bigger drive, to that overcoming those adversities to build your strength and your courage is going to be able to impact not just your life, but be a ripple effect for so many other people, right? And always know that it's your own journey. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. My ninja always told me, if you believe it, you can achieve it. And you hear that all the time. But until you truly in your inner core believe that your mission and whatever you can dream of, that you can truly achieve that and work your way along it, build beautiful souls, find the right people in your circle to get you there, right? But I will
Wow.
absolutely tell you, if I didn't have those challenges as a child, I would not have the grit that I have today, nor the gratitude that I have today.
Let's shift gears a little bit because when I first met you, before I knew everything else, and I had met my ninja, yes, I'm claiming her, and I had met my ninja, I found out that you and your husband are amazing optometrists.
Mhm.
And I said to you when I was 47, all of a sudden I needed to start wearing readers, and you said, "Yep, that's about right." And I went, no, 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 no. Tell me how to fix it, doc. And you're like, life. I've been seeing, it's like, I've been seeing a lot of things, and I think about you all the time. I'm like, I gotta ask Dr. Y about these. Not just contacts that people are putting in their eyes now, but they have things that have little platforms on them, so their eyes look bigger, almost like cartoon characters and things like that. Is that safe? Should they be doing that?
Contact lenses still need to be fitted by an actual professional and a doctor. A lot of people think even if it's a non-prescription and it's color contacts or they're Halloween contacts or something like that, you just think you're putting a foreign object. If it doesn't fit on the surface of your eye, or if it doesn't breathe properly, or you don't know how to, utilize and put it in and take it out, you can get infections. We see commonly a lot of people buy things, cosmetic contact lenses, and things like that. And then they get eye infections because they don't know properly how to utilize them. And then it doesn't fit their eyes and it gets irritated and things like that. So if it's properly fit, then they can be safe.
My grandson is 5, and he was having some issues. We didn't even know it. But we started to notice when he was about 3.5 that he was sitting closer and closer to the television, and he was grabbing things and bringing them closer and closer to his eyes. And I guess he had some kind of stigma or something. So the optometrist prescribed glasses for him. And he said, he's young enough that his eyes are going to start to correct. And now the glass prescription is, less and less and less. And he's 5.5 now.
That's
So how do you know as a young parent what you should be looking for in your children's eyes, because they don't know, they can't see properly. They think everybody sees the way they see.
correct. And we always recommend all children by age 5 get a thorough, comprehensive eye exam, and not just a screening where it's, you can see the acuity of 20/20. And sometimes parents get the false sense of security that they can read a letter chart by the nurse or the doctor's pediatrician office and say it's 20/20. But a lot of children actually have weak eye muscles, or they are farsighted and they have problems reading and things of that nature. And so that gets undetected. And even health issues. People don't think that children can have health problems in their eyes. Right now, the
Wow.
pediatrician usually will screen out children. If obviously there's a problem, then they'll see a pediatric doctor, a pediatric eye doctor earlier on. But if not, everybody, especially school age children starting age 5, should get once a year an annual eye exam.
I didn't know that. See, you're teaching me every time you come, Doc. Every time you're on the show, I learn something, which means we need to come back more often. So I got to ask you, the other day, I kid you not, where was I? I think I was at the local grocery store here. I saw a woman with a stroller, and it had a mount for her phone, so the baby, who had to be less than 2, could watch television or whatever they were watching in the stroller in the store. Is that all these, different devices that young? Should they be looking at those all the time?
No, and they do a lot of these studies, the myopia study on children who utilize a lot of these digital devices at a much earlier age. And there's a direct correlation with children, their vision going a lot worse, especially if they're on these near digital devices. There's a lot of blue light, there's a lot of visual strain, the eye muscles get weakened over time. And so children, if they don't get to go outside and play as often, that really impacts their vision, right? And so making sure that they hold things further out, taking frequent breaks, and not consistently staring at these screens, because that is a direct correlation with the eyes going downhill a lot faster, and so headaches, eye problems, all of that goes hand in hand. And even like not just from a vision standpoint, but sleep deprivations, think patterns, like a lot of things get impacted with all these
Wow.
devices constantly.
Wow. Now, I wish that you could be my optometrist, but you're based in Texas. If someone is close to your area and they wanted to make an appointment at your clinic, how do they do that? How do they reach out and make an appointment?
Our office name is called Eyepieces in Dallas and Plano. And so they just go on our website, eyepiecesdallas.com or eyepiecesplano.com. And we have some of the coolest eyewear and technology. So Tigo, if you can make one trip out to Texas once a year so we can take care of you,
Doc,
that would be
I will be
great.
there. I will be there. I
Yes,
love hanging out with you. Have the ninja come in. She can do my exam. I know she's ready. I know she's ready.
absolutely. You got to come.
I know she's ready.
You got to get the full family experience here.
Exactly. Exactly. I know I promised you right around 20 minutes and we're at 21 minutes. What's coming up next for you before I let you go?
We're always excited. The biggest thing, I love to speak now. One of the biggest fears used to be me speaking. In the past 3 years, I've really enjoyed just going around to be able to speak and to motivate and uplift others in all different walks of life and all different topics. So if anybody ever needs a speaker, reach out to me at be123.com. And that would be a great way for me to get out there and be able to create more synergy to touch more people.
I need a speaker. I need you to be at the Now and the Power of Pink in October. Can you do it?
I would
I
love
got to
to
give you a
know.
hard time. I got to give you a hard time. I really do. I got to give you a hard time. You're amazing. I consider you a sister. You're definitely a part of the family. I can't wait to hug the ninja. I have a feeling I'm going to have to hug a lot higher because she's probably grown a foot and a half since I've seen her last. Thank you for cutting out time for, this interview today because I know how busy your schedule is. And I truly appreciate you. You're the best.
And I thank you so much, Tigo. And from the bottom of my heart, when I talk about finding people with beautiful souls, you're definitely one of those. So I thank you so much, Tigo.
You are the best. Tell Dr. Jaime, cool hair, Dr. Jaime. He should be a guest sometime. I'm just saying, he should be a guest sometime. I'm just going to say that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you so much, Tigo.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I did. Dr. Hoa is the best. If you are driving or, wherever and you couldn't write it down, don't call me. Go to tigodirect.com, type in Dr. Hoa, type in, eyes. She's coming up, She's been with us for literally 3 or 4 years. She's been supporting everything that we're doing. And I have to thank her so much. This was an amazing episode. Go to tigodirect.com to find her. Costs you nothing, costs her nothing. Just reach out, send her a private message and say, hey, I want to come out and have, Dr. Ninja check my eyes. I'm Tigo, and I'll talk to you next time.